Helps if I have my sound on, huh? Great. Let me make sure it's on. It is on. Wow. Yeah, I'm, only halfway into my coffee, so that is part of the problem. Okay, so thank you for following Cliff Creates and Low Bass Guy. I really do appreciate your follow. Today, I kind of have Luminar Neo set up first, and that's because I had problems with it yesterday. It was not exporting. It wasn't. I was able to do all edits in it, but then it wasn't. It didn't export for some reason. So I'm trying to figure out, since the update, what might be the problem. And I'm not really seeing anything that I mean, let me look at my settings and see if that's giving me any type of problem. No. Oh. No, that's just something on my software. Great. I already have the latest version. What? I already have it. Okay. It is being a bit of a pain. Yeah, I can't see what it's doing that is causing a problem. All right, so I'll come back to it. I'll try and open it as an extension at some point and see what I can do. Let's check it out. All right, so this is where I left yesterday, but I'm going to move on from the Pantanal. Oh, actually, no, before I do that, there's a bird I want to look for that I was sure I captured. And now, oh, in fact, you know what? Let me pull up a let me pull this up and get myself a picture of it from eBird. It is the black-capped Donacobius. Okay. All right, that's what it looked like. I thought I had one of these, and yeah, not really sure where it went. Could be hallucinating. It's always possible. All right, so let me kind of move down through here and see if I can find it. Wasn't the most colorful bird, but I mean, still cool nonetheless. No, that's a kiskadee. Look, I'm not an ornithologist. I'm not a major birder, so I'm amazed that I'm remembering the names of some of these birds. I guess when you've been doing it every day, it eventually sticks. This looks like a different parakeet. No, it's the same. Okay. I was with a naturalist that was like, "Oh, there's the screaming yellow nighthawk." What? There's the so and so, and we'd be 500, 600 meters away or something, and he could just point it out. It's crazy talented. I just, nodded and smiled and took the photograph. That was my thing. Actually, I did want to do a little bit more work on this. This is the rufescent tiger heron. I wanted to blur the background a bit more. So I'm just going to do that in Photoshop. And already there. Great. It's already set up. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, but and do that just to where the birdie bird is. Pretty little birdie bird. These guys can stretch their necks really, really tall. It's wild. Absolutely wild. All right. Back to Lightroom. Theoretically. There we go. All right, so that's a little more blurred in the background, which I like. I may actually crop this a bit, just because I know people are doing the defocus in the front a lot now, and for some pictures, some photographs, it's great and it works. This was shot the way it was shot. There was no adjustment to it other than what I just did, but. For this particular shot, I think it takes away from the photograph of the bird, so I'm just going to crop it and get some of that out. And then I'm also getting my 2/3 in there as well, a little bit better. I like that more. And this is a little shadowy for me, so I'm also going to just bump up my shadows a little bit. A lot. I took it all the way up. This right in here was just a little shadowy for me. I might do a little bit of clarity. I like to see the texture and the clarity in the bird feathers. When there's a bird shot, I don't do it, heavily, but I actually, do like that. Okay, and then I do like to deepen the blacks a little bit. I do find it gives it a little bit more depth. And then, of course, contrast. Bump up the contrast just a tiny drop, just to give it even a little more depth. And then I'm pretty happy with that guy. And that, whoops, just custom name. Okay, this one is the tiger heron, rufescent tiger heron. And I'm sure that I'm spelling that wrong. Tiger heron. And I will export that. Actually, there's something I want. Come on, Lightroom. It looked like Lightroom was having a bit of a problem. Before I do it, I'm going to re-export it, but I'm going to take it back into Photoshop because I see a couple of things that I did not see before. Really loving this mouse. I can't say enough about this mouse. I'm not an affiliate or anything. The Logitech MX Master 3S, incredible for photo editing. It's got a side scroll as well as the vertical scroll. Really, really like it. It's got a button for Control Z. It's just crazy. Really, really like it. Okay, I think I got the spot that was, nope, there's more there. Really had to bring this up to make sure I don't have any glaring areas. Actually, I do see also by the bird. Do the bigger areas first, making sure to do the edges. All right, now I'm going to just make it smaller and work on the edges around the bird a little bit, as well as right in here. Okay. All right, that's better. Gotta get into those details. And I will unflag and unstar the previous iteration. Go back. That's just my workflow. So I for those of you that are newer followers, what I do for my workflow is I flag a photograph that I am editing or want to edit in the future. And then once I've exported it, I give it a 5-star, and I use, of course, Lightroom as my base, my repository. And then I know that if it's 5-starred, it's been exported already. If it's just flagged, I haven't exported it. Maybe I, liked it but wasn't sure, or wanted to do more work on it, or hadn't done any work at all. So that's my process. And everybody's got their own workflow. That's just mine. Why does it seem like... that's not correct. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring that edit in, or bring that crop in, and then lift the shadows. And then I'll lower the highlights. Deepen the blacks. I really like dehaze as well, because it it tends to, well, it's like a polarizing filter, and it tends to deepen everything without making it darker, and it does it much like a polarizing filter would do. And then we'll give a little depth. And I like that much better. So I'm just going to re-export this, and I've already got everything in there, so I'll just export and overwrite. And it's ready for publishing. All right, now back to what I was looking for, which was the black-capped Donocopius, which I'm sure I took a photograph of. That's a juvenile tiger heron that has not gotten its tiger stripes. More juveniles. A bird diving in there somewhere. I'm just gonna remove that photograph. Oh yeah, all right. No, I'll stay away from that guy. Pretty red bird. It was moving so quickly. It was very, and I wasn't prepared. I mean, the ornithologist was like, "There's a bird," you know. I don't know what the bird was. Red-headed, white-bellied, black-backed bird. I don't know. And yeah. So you know that happens. Sadness. There's the bare-faced ibis. Crazy. Yeah, I edited that one already. Hey, Lobats guy, how you doing? Thanks for the follow. I'm doing pretty good. How about you? I is good. Or as my South African friends say, how's it? How's it, man? I'm looking for a particular bird. I saw that that you were sick. What's going on? Do you have COVID? That seems to be what everybody has these days, right? I hate being sick. You know what? It can be, you can get a negative for quite a while before it goes positive. It's really weird. I was negative. No, I was positive right away when we were in Spain, and then Amy was negative, even though she was sick, and she didn't turn positive until a few days later. So it's likely COVID. But man, it's just, you know, I know people aren't wearing masks anymore, and I've been kind of lazy with it too at times, but man, I just don't even want a cold. I hate being sick. So there's part of me that's like, I'm going to wear a mask forever. Keep your cooties away from me. We're all going to become like Howard Hughes. Be germaphobes for the rest of our lives. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, everybody, and they say, you know, everybody's going to get it. It just, at this point, it's a matter of time. But the problem is you can get it more than once, which is the real bummer. That totally bums me out that you can get it more than once. Let's do, whoops, no, I want to do white balance. There's not really much of a neutral spot here. Oh, there's one. That's not bad, but that's not great. Oh, for sure, for sure. Elbow bumps. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big hugger either. I mean, I'm not autistic. My wife says I'm autistic. I'm not autistic, but I'm not a big hugger. So yeah. Hey, Flavio. Yeah, I just I'm not a big handshaker either. Americans are so into handshaking, and I'm like, this pandemic has really nipped that. Not a big fan. All right, let's see if I can get a better. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, Flavio, I joined the creative team. What a fun group. Ignore Nightbot. Low Bass guy was helping me, sending me all the stuff to get on the team, and of course I'm like a little bit Twitch stupid, so this is all new for me, and Amesy's, my manager, keeps throwing all this stuff at me, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I'm figuring it out. So yeah, she's got to. Yeah, you did. Oh, you advised it to disable spam. Yeah, Flavio's a mod, so I think he went in there and disabled the spam. Amesy's, you got to fix that. Poor Low Bass guy. Something was bugging me about this photograph, and now I know what it is. That white line there is bugging me. Yeah, that's what I know. I like to tease myself. I'm like it's teaching an old dog new tricks, really. And but I'm not that bad with tech, but Amesy's is so good with tech that sometimes my eyes glaze over and I start to forget where I am. Start dreaming of cat videos. I don't know. Oh Oh, nice. Good to know. I don't have too many. I haven't had too many bot problems. I mean, sometimes when I'm in just chatting, but not in the art section. Ugh, I don't like what it's doing. Try lowering that a little bit more. Yeah. Hopefully I'll get enough viewers that someday I'll be harassed by bots. Right now I'm just in the stage of hoping to get harassed by bots. Really? That's crazy. I would think there would be more. I mean, I'm wildlife and culture, but I do travel a lot for wildlife, far and wide. Um, this one was from the Pantanal in Brazil. Next is on the wildlife area. The next is Antarctica. That's the end of the year. But I'm already lining up the trips to do my wildlife. Wow, interesting. The only portraits I do are, candid cultural portraits. Those I'll do. But I don't do like models and weddings and things like that. I mean, I know, weddings brings in the money, but I'd rather take up basket weaving. Which sounds really boring to me. Yeah, yeah. I don't blame you. I only do culturally, like indigenous people. When I travel, I will, photograph some indigenous people or, somebody that's doing something interesting that is a local, but I don't just randomly photograph people. Now, yeah, I mean, I'm also a college professor, but I'm really trying to do my photography full time. In fact, I'm taking this upcoming semester off just to, travel and do my photography full time. Yeah, that would be me. That would be me. I was thinking the other day, hey, since I'm not, since I'm, taking a break from teaching right now, taking at least one semester off, maybe I should do some wedding photography. But now you've reminded me why I don't. So, yeah, it's I teach at a university called Oregon Institute of Technology. And I teach business law, international business, marketing. But I used to teach at several universities, but that's the only one I still teach at. And that's because it's local, and I like teaching on campus. There's something about lecturing that I just really love. And I love the students. They're really good students. They're always fun. You're pretty funny. Yeah, wedding photography, homelessness. It's a toss-up. It is a toss-up. I totally agree. Especially if you have a bridezilla. No. And getting everybody to, do what you want them to do, be where you want them to be. Half of them are already, 4 drinks into passing out. Yeah, no. Really? No kidding. That's so funny. Yeah, that's my favorite subject to teach is business law. I have fun with my students, and first day in class, I promote them all to Supreme Court justices, and then we from there on out, I throughout the class, I give them cases and let them give their rationale for the decision they're making, and it's a lot of fun. The students really like it. Where in South Carolina? What school was it? Oh, Charlestown. Charleston. I'm saying it right. Charleston. Yeah. Charleston. Or is it Charleston, South Carolina? I don't know. That's a beautiful town, from what I hear. I have never been there myself. Flavio, have you been to the U.S. before? I tell everyone they have to come to Oregon. Really? You don't have a Southern accent? Well, probably your family don't have Southern accents. Google Earth does not count. Good try. Well then, Flavio, you have to get to the United States and come visit all of us. How do you're okay, so you see, now I was born and raised in LA, so I know what you're talking about. Is that just because watching TV that you didn't develop the accent? I mean, that happens to people. I have a good friend that lives in South Africa that lived here with me in Los Angeles for 18 years. Learned how to speak English. Did not speak any English really until she came to the United States. Oh, so, okay, so yeah, that would make sense. If your mom's from New York, you kind of have a mixed accent. That makes sense. But my friend from South Africa, it's so funny. She sounds really South African when she's speaking Afrikaans, but when she speaks English, she sounds American. Unlike most South Africans, when they speak English, they sound like South Africans, and you can really tell. With her, you can't, because she learned how to speak English in the United States. So it's so funny. She said, if she, when she's doing business there in South Africa, if she really wants to fool somebody, she'll switch over to English, and then they think she's American and they get scared of her. I think it's too funny. I mean, she is an American citizen too, but it's she became a naturalized American citizen. But it's so funny because she learned English in the States, so she sounds like an American. She says it's a lot of fun to talk to people in English and then have them, talk about her in Afrikaans behind her back, and then she just whips around and, speaks fluent Afrikaans, of course, because she's from there. I would imagine that is a very nice trick as well. You still say y'all? I love it. My brother lived in Texas, and I visited him, and now y'all is stuck in my head as well. I've been doing photography 40 years, I guess. Not constantly, but on a more consistent basis, 25 years, I guess. I love Nikon. I don't like Canon at all. I have several different Nikons that I use. My favorite one is the latest one, of course, the Z6 II mirrorless. But I still have a D500. That's the crop sensor that I really love as well. So it really depends on what I'm using. But going to Antarctica, I'll be taking both cameras. I'm not going to go that. I'm never going back, so I'm not going that far and not having a backup camera, of course. So I'll have like, 3 shirts, 2 pairs of pants, and camera gear. Oh no! Are you a Canon? Oh no! Oh no! Yes, I used to have a running fight with a really good friend of mine, he's passed now, but he was a photographer and he was Canon, strictly Canon, so there was always a fight. You're right, the rules are the rules. That's what it is. So you shoot Canon. I just, by deduction, I'm gonna say Canon, that you're a Canon shooter. And Flavio, I can't remember what you shoot. It was Nikon, I think, wasn't it? Oh, absolutely. They're all good. There's some amazing Canon cameras. It's just, and I've said this before on my stream too, that it really is a matter of what you first started using. Oh, you shoot Canon too. You do, yeah. I see. I started out Olympus. My very first camera was this one, an Olympus OMG. My brother bought me. But I started out with the Olympus, but then moved to Nikon. And it really is what you're used to, because you don't want to switch always, because the buttons are in different places, and Flavio's pretty lucky that he doesn't have a problem switching. I do. I mean, my Canon friend tried to. He even gave me a Mark One, a D5 Mark One. I was like, everything's in the wrong place. I just no. So, it's just what you're used to. You're all really good. Sony makes a great camera. Pentax makes a great camera. Olympus makes great cameras. So yeah. Okay. I'm going to flag that but not export it yet. Oh, absolutely. I mean, there was no way I would be able to switch at this point. You have to commit. You have to commit to a brand and then go with it. Although one thing I did get, and I don't have it right. Oh, I do have it. Hold on. These are really cool. I was showing this yesterday to Flavio and some others. It's called a Megadap, and it's a really cool device, unusual device too. If I can figure out how to open. Oh, it has to slide out first, I think. Yeah, there we go. A really unusual device in that it is super, super thin. Really, really thin. And it allows me to not only use Sony mirrorless lenses on my Nikon camera. Now I can't open it. There we go. On my Nikon camera. But it with all functionality. So with all the autofocus and everything. And it's super, super thin. So, yeah, I mean, the advances in things are great. Because, Nikon is a little newer to the mirrorless camera world. And the lenses that I have, the 100, 400 and the 7200 are great. They're fantastic lenses, but I want a little bit more versatility, and so with this I can get Sony lenses, and they have them, for Canon to Sony, and back and forth. They have them for all different configurations, which is cool. So it does allow a little bit of cross use, which I do like, because I mean, like Sony lenses are great. Their movie lenses are just outstanding. So they use incredible glass, as Nikon does, and Canon. They all do. Really? Yeah. I went ahead and got some lenses, and it makes a big difference. I do have the adapter to use my f-mount lenses, my Nikon f-mount lenses on the mirrorless, but I really do like the native lenses. It makes a difference. And actually, the one, my favorite lens is the 100-400 in the Nikon Z. It's got an f-stop ring. So you can literally just adjust the f-stop with your finger without having to go in and do all sorts of things, which is great for wildlife photography, because you can see it right in the viewfinder as the f-stop is changing, and just get the perfect f-stop. So yeah, you'll find you really, really enjoy the native glass, as opposed to the adapting the older stuff. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll show you. I keep all of my stuff in a Slinger dehumidifying cabinet, just because you so much money invested, you got to do that, especially where you are. But yeah, this is the 100-400, and this is the f-stop ring right here. Just really love this lens. I just love it. I want to pet it. So sit there and pet the lens. Is Canon doing the white lenses in the RF? Oh damn! Yeah, yeah. Selling children is a great way to pay for photography gear. I'm not opposed to it at all. I still have 2 stepchildren I can sell, but they're adults now, so they run faster than me. That's the biggest problem. When the 18-year-old was 8, she knew I was joking, but I used to tell her, you know, I can still drop you off at the fire station instead of going to school. Oh, that's... They kept moving the light. Luckily, we saw other tapirs. But you know, Sigma Art. I love Sigma Art lenses. And they're less expensive than native glass. Tamron makes some good lenses. There are really some great lenses out there that you don't have to get native glass. In fact, for my the Z camera, the mirrorless, I have a fantastic lens that is, it's only, this, I love the Sigma lenses. But it's a Rokinon lens. Crazy, but it's for astrophotography. And you don't need autofocus. So it's perfectly fine, but the glass is amazing. It really, really is a good lens. I mean, in fact, I'll show you. I'll show you guys one of the photographs taken with it. Let's see. Oh, let me go into E. Towards the end. These were all taken with that art lens. Oh, there's another one actually. That's one in here. Let me take that off. I actually need to star that. This was also taken with the Rokinon lens. You know, no, it's got no autofocus, but you know, when you're doing astrophotography or the Northern Lights, you don't want autofocus. In fact, you want to be able. You're going to have to take it off autofocus anyway. So. Yeah, that's, I just really love it. And then in the Arctic, up in the Arctic, I did also, Oh, I have to I have to go into the Arctic and restar my stuff from my catalog crash. Yeah, it's way down here. The polar bears. I mean, this is that Rokinon lens. It's just wild. Oh yeah, if you're doing macro, completely. In fact, my macro lens, it's an F mount, not mirrorless, is a Tamron. They make a great macro lens. I think this is. Nope. Anyway, as you can see, I was losing my mind, going crazy, taking pictures of the aurora. So, yeah, I do some macro too. Oh, wow. Wow, 5? Well, if you're mainly shooting macro, though, that makes sense. The Sigma 150? And that's for your mirrorless? I can't remember which one my Tamron is. EF mount, yeah. Mine's an F mount, but I have the converter. Can't remember which one of these I kept and printed. Yeah, I hear you. I have 3 different Pelican cases. One is a large Pelican case, plus my dehumidifier. This case, which is like 4 or 5 shelves. It's out of control. I think it is completely out of control. I've never seen the aurora so bright and amazing. It was really incredible. There are worse problems to have. Absolutely. I love my lenses. They're better than children. So, and think about it, in the long run, they're cheaper than children. So, there's that. Let me go back up to the poly bears. The roly-poly poly bears. This is the problem with wildlife that I have. I don't know if you have the same problem, but when you come across something so unexpected and incredible, you just can't stop taking photographs. I mean, I can fill up a card, not because I'm trying to get the best shot, but just because I'm mesmerized. And wow, that's just a blank gray thing. Not be yeah, so I'm just mesmerized by the creature, you know, and I just I can't believe I'm seeing this creature. So I just keep shooting. Oh, that's really weird. I don't know why I got some gray slides in there, gray spots in there. Yeah, so this is the truck I was on in Canadian Arctic. That was pretty incredible, being out there on the tundra. Cute little bear. Cute bear. So soft and cuddly. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why I'm getting those gray spots. They were added in. That is really weird. I did have a crash, a hard drive crash, but I don't keep any of my photographs on my C drive, of course. So it was just a catalog that was lost. Thanks for the shout outs, Lobass. Oh, yeah. And you're in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm on the West Coast, and I'm still waking up. Yeah, I completely get it. And Flavio's getting ready to go to sleep. Really? Ah, number 40. Do I win a prize? Or is that the 100th team member? Oh, those are awful hours. Those are awful hours. How do you do it? Is that like the swing shift? Now it's the 100th team member that actually gets something. That's You're gonna send me the plastic table flowers. Yay, thank you. Those are gorgeous. I so appreciate it. How did you know? How did you know I love dusty plastic table flowers? You're psychic, I'm telling you. You are truly psychic. Do you ever use the Topaz or the Skylum software? Ooh, it's a big face. All right, let's see. It didn't really do much. I mean, it's not blurry. I'm just trying to get a little bit more sharpened. Oh, nice. Yeah, I really like Skylum software. Skylum software, and then the Topaz products. I really like those. Those are my two go-tos. I don't use Photoshop as much as I do those. I use Photoshop sparingly, actually. I don't like layers. I don't like, any of that stuff. And it's great for people that do and do that kind of photography. But with wildlife, I tend not to. Yeah, I like that, and it brought up the eyes. Oh, really? Capture One. I've never used that. I store everything in Lightroom. That's my my home, and then import and move around. Some in Photoshop. Like here, this is a good example. I'll take this into Photoshop and re-blur, or increase the blur, I should say, on the background. But I don't do a lot. Do you use layers? It's already had a nice bokeh on it, but I'm just doing it a little bit more to highlight the face. It's bringing up the eyes a little bit, which is nice. All right, I'll hold on to that one. And maybe go back to it. Oh, I kind of like this one with the foot moving. Wow. Crazy. Well, I imagine they're aggressive to the cicadas. Maybe. But yeah, that's crazy. I'd love to see the photograph. Where was that? Where were you? Ooh, that's awful. You have the same sense of humor I do. I deserved that. Yeah, I mean, if they're called cicada killers, I would imagine they're pretty frightened of them. Kind of like I'm afraid of serial killers. You know, same thing. Oh, Myrtle Beach. Wow. Ooh, that's not good. I don't like that at all. There's a lot of stuff to see in South Carolina. I have a cousin that lives in North Carolina, right near Raleigh, that I really, really need to get out to see. And I've never been there. I've never been to the Carolinas, so that would be kind of cool. I was supposed to go, and then there's this, I don't know, it was kind of like a shutdown where there was this this disease that went around, and then everybody had to stay home, and oh yeah, it's this pandemic. Yeah. I can't wait till it's finally gone, finally over. This didn't look like it changed this much. It didn't change it at all. I know there's going to be a day when we look back and go, remember that pandemic? Wasn't that weird? I think for the first 6 months to a year, I think I would often just sit in my office studio and hold my cameras and cry. Oh, yeah. I'm making up for lost time now. Oh, neat. Oh, you have them in your backyard? What? No. 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 Did you see did you get to see the pictures of the caimans that I took, the Paraguayan caimans? I've also I don't have any. I have a picture of a black caiman in the water, but not on the banks, unfortunately. The Paraguayan caiman is a lot smaller, but they're all relatives, crocodiles and alligators, of course. So it's famous for the alligators, but no, but you know what? It's fun to go to like reptile parks, and I went to an aviary. I was living in Salt Lake City for a while, and they have a really beautiful aviary where the birds are, free to fly around. They're not in cages or anything, and I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It's hard sometimes though to take good photographs in those situations because there's something that doesn't look natural, and you've got a great shot of the wildlife, but it's next to a wall or chain link or something. It's annoying. Oh, I did not know that. I think the caimans are more related to the crocodile, if I'm not mistaken. I did not know there were so many species, though. That is true. Man, I would freak out if I saw. I mean, I freak out when there's a frog in my pond. I would freak out if there was an alligator. That's terrifying. No. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm telling you, I used to live in the hills in Los Angeles, and we had a lot of coyotes. And I wasn't afraid of coyotes. We had tons of them. And there, unless you've got a small animal or a small child, I used to look for small children to walk with. No, they just leave you alone. They're scared of you. But we had rattlesnakes. Oh, that was awful. And we had mountain lions, which I didn't run into any. And then one night I had a bobcat on my back porch. And that was actually just kind of cool because, it's small. So I wasn't really afraid. But crocodiles or alligators? No. No. Just no. How do you remove that? Do you have to do it yourself or do you call somebody? It's illegal. You have to, so you have to call somebody to remove it. You can't do it yourself. Oh no, that's not gonna work. That is just, that's just crazy. Not gonna lie, that's crazy. How long does it take them to get out? What? So like if you have a pool and there's an alligator in your pool, it can't be moved? Mm-mm. No, that's not right. Mm-mm. I'm gonna, that deserves a definite emote. That's, what? You can't remove it? That's true. That's true. Unless you have like a saltwater pool. Well, they're not saltwater animals. They're freshwater, so yeah, they probably wouldn't go in a saltwater pool. Wow. That's scary. That is scary. Nope. Don't think I could do it. So what do? You just run out there with your camera? I mean, it'd be a great opportunity. What is it doing? That was weird. It's like most Americans. American alligators, like, whatever, you know. Unless they're really hungry, they're not going to kill you. I've seen, actually, I've seen the Nile alligators. I mean, the Nile crocodiles. Nile crocodile. That's pretty good. I've seen the Nile crocodiles in Egypt. They're vicious. It's like the black caiman in the Amazon. The black caiman is the same way. If you are anywhere near it, it is going to get you. It is looking for you. Oh, interesting. I'm only dangerous when I'm nesting. So the alligator and I have a lot in common. I'm too comfy to attack anybody, and I'm dangerous when I'm nesting. So, yeah. I get it. I completely understand the alligator now. I have more sympathy for the alligator than I ever did before. some blue out of that, so I'm going to re-export it. There we go. The polar bears to me were like a childhood dream. Unlike alligators, polar bears look cuddly. In fact, I've got a really cuddly one right here. Oh, he's so cute, isn't he? And he doesn't bite. Yeah. These things can grow to 9 feet tall. We saw a 2-year-old that was 5 feet tall already. Crazy. Yeah, I know. I'll really keep my eye on that polar bear behind me. It's stalking me is what it's doing. I can feel its eyes. Its tiny little eyes just trying to stalk me. But he's so cute and cuddly. Luckily, we were about 6 or 7 feet off the ground, I think. So I felt relatively safe. I'm looking for the one that I edited. It's one of these. Oh, maybe it's one of these. Or maybe not. What? No. No. Don't go in the water with them. No. What's wrong with you? Do you have a death wish? Are you a thrill seeker? You know that's the definition of insanity, right? At least to me it is. No, see, Lobass's sarcasm to me isn't sarcasm, you know, because I would purposely look for small children to walk near the alligator. Yeah, I'm with you there. I didn't see it as sarcasm either, because I saw easily the best way to combat children. The best way to combat children is to go swimming with the alligators or walk near the alligators. I'm not a fan of children. I know children are great. Don't get me wrong. Problem is I can't eat a whole one in one sitting. You know, and then they spoil. And you know, what are you gonna do? So that's my theory on children. They're great from a distance, don't get me wrong. And I love my stepdaughters. They're great. But Yeah, I know. I do, but they're not children anymore. The two stepdaughters are not children anymore. One's gonna be 18 and the other one's 22. So, the 18-year-old came to visit and cooked for me. Okay, great. I love it. She can stay. She can live. That's good. And plus, they need to take care of me when I get old. Although the younger one did say she was going to put me in a good home. So I don't know how to take that. They are single, Paranoid. They are indeed. Well, the older one's semi-single, but she's single. She's single. For all intents and purposes, she's single. You had to ask, right? It was a fair question. Oh, yeah. There's always a catch, isn't there? There's always a catch. I never wanted them. I'm too busy running around, traveling and enjoying life to raise children because they suck the life out of you. That is the problem. The hostage option. That's funny. Wow, you people have a sick sense of humor just like me. I think I found my people. You can't get them to love you, hold them hostage. I have definitely found my people. This is not legal advice, right? Let's preface that. Oh, it is, absolutely. It's a blasty blast. Finding people that are like-minded, share the same interests. I mean, we used to have to go out in public to do that, and that wasn't easy. 9 times out of 10, you would meet someone in public and think you had a lot in common, and then be like, 5 months later, it's like, oh, this person and I have nothing in common. All right, so this guy looks mean, but yeah, he was. He would have eaten us. So there's that. That's a polar mom, actually. bipolar mom. This is a mom waiting for the ice to freeze so she can go out and feed. She's pretty hungry. Pretty darn hungry. There's another one I'm looking for that I already edited, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it was facing the other way. I'll just see. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll just see which one it is. Oh, that's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm looking for one I already edited. And it's not flagged because my catalog crashed. There's none of these. I know it had a reflection, so I thought it was one of those. Oh, there it is. I lied. There she is. So it did get flagged, but just going to bring that up a tiny drop. Okay. Thought I was losing my mind there for a second, which happens. I lose my mind often. You know what I need to do is put one of those Apple AirTags on my mind so that I can find it when I lose it. Be a great idea. They did. There was no Coca-Cola there. I looked as well. Not one bear was drinking Coca-Cola. Yep. Oh, okay, because this was October. So maybe they only drink Coke in September? I mean, sorry, in December? That's a thought. That's a thought. That's my goal. Ruining childhoods 7 days a week. It's what I do. It's part of my life goal. You know, Santa's not real. Just gonna say that. The Easter Bunny's not real. Yeah. Now the Tooth Fairy I've seen. So Sasquatch is real. But, you know. Santa, the Easter Bunny, no. I'm sorry. I live to ruin the childhood dreams. I don't know what to tell you. I'm an evil person. But I mean, Sasquatch is real, so just, have some faith. There are some things out there that are real, Sasquatch, and, the Tooth Fairy's real. I know because she gave me money under my pillow, so I know she's real. I have proof. Ooh, yeah, I like this one. They don't call me the destroyer of dreams for nothing. Right? I don't know if you've seen, I have a TikTok video where I am photographing a Sasquatch in my backyard. So, yeah, they're real. He's there. Yeah, jerky. I knew what you meant. Yeah, he's real. And he eats beef jerky, too. So. And he really does walk like he's swinging his arms. But he's in my backyard. That is taking forever. There we go. There we go. That's the one I want. Oh, 100% agree. You know what? The 17-year-old that's going on 18, that's who dragged me into TikTok. And I don't stay in there. I just post little short promo videos, basically. That's it. I can't stand those short videos. I can't stand reels on Instagram or any of those. I hate them. I am so with you. So yeah, I did it, kicking and screaming. I mean, it's been fun to do, but they're really, for me, they're just like these promo videos for my photography, where I list everything. But yeah, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. The Lumiere brothers. Well, let them come find me. No, I love videos. I just think that the short videos are. I guess they did do short videos, didn't they? But they weren't on TikTok. I am not a fan myself. And the fact that I had to put it on my phone really just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. But they weren't dancing to stupid music and stuff like that. it's where the kids are, but it still gives me the creeps. Having said that, my cousin is always on TikTok, and she is not a kid. But yeah, I am not a fan. No Pawl-Frederico. Wow. When I was a kid, I spoke French. Can't remember any of it. Well, I mean, some basics. I think all I retained from my French speaking was the accents. That's all I can do is now. It's just the accent. I just want to get rid of some of the dirt. It's a really dirty bear. Rolling around in the mud. You know, now I'm going to Google that, right? Just because you said it. You said it. I'm going to Google it. Not here, but I'll Google it later. Right. Yeah, I probably won't be on for too much longer because my stomach's growling. But yeah, thanks for joining me. It was fun. Good luck with work. Enjoy work. Stay safe. That's better. Oh, here you can see the size of the tire. This is like a 5 foot high tire. This thing is massive. But this bear could reach the door. It was pretty crazy. Oh, this is blueberry butt. Blueberry bum. Yeah, blueberry bum. So this bear got himself into a blueberry bush and just, ate the blueberries and, rubbed his bum around in the blueberries. So for a couple of days we were watching him, and he was only a year old, a little over a year old, and we called him Blueberry Bum because his bum was really purple. Started out really purple, and then slowly started to fade. Good old blueberry bum. Oh yeah, we had a bear like right under our lodge. We were staying out on the tundra, which was cool. And that he's just below the window. Those feet are massive. They're the size of, somebody's head. And that's a small, like a yearling, who was very, very curious. Let's see what he's doing. Come on. The lighting definitely wasn't. They were shining a spotlight. That was at night. Oh yeah, this yearling actually it got underneath the grate we were standing on. Luckily, he couldn't get to us, so that was a bonus. Being eaten by a polar bear is not what I want my tombstone to read. Oh yeah, here we go. There's the pause. The pause that refreshes. Those things are just massive. It's just unreal. And the claws too. And they have a lot more dexterity than you would think too, which is crazy. I want to actually sharpen this a little bit. It's a little bit, just a hair. Just really, it really sharpened it over on the left-hand side by the claws, which is what I was looking for. Yeah, and the hair, the texture. So just a slight sharpening. Right. And we'll move the flag and the stars off the other one. Go back to that one. See, it's not a huge difference. Just a touch right in here where I really wanted it. Make it a little clearer right around the claws. All right, that's good. And I'm going to go into that. Let's see. That's Pantanal. Let me go into Arctic because I exported it once before. Big Baby Feet. Okay, so I'm going to name it Big Baby Feet. Thank you. Yeah, I really wanted to, capture the intensity of a polar bear because, again, you look at them and they look so cuddly and cute. But this thing will kill you. And they're fast too. So, that's kind of the story I wanted to tell there. And that's a baby. That's not even one of the grown males. Most of the males haven't arrived yet because the ice hadn't frozen. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he was super curious, really checking everybody out. And they're not afraid. They have no natural predators, so they just they just investigate. Especially the babies. They're really, really curious. So this is what is wrong with my Lightroom? So this is one of the tundra lodges. This is our tundra lodge. Not one of them, it's ours. And this will all freeze over. So you can really only go up there about, I think it's 5 weeks a year, depending on the weather, of course. And this is all solar powered. There are no generators, and it's all carbon neutral, zero emissions, uh, very, very safe. They have special permission from the Canadian government. It's through this company that I went, Nat had Adventures, um, and they, in conjunction with Great White Bear Tours, and they have special permission to be out here on Hudson Bay, and they leave this there all year round, and then use it for 5 weeks a year, and it's a lot of fun. It's really cool to be immersed in the area where the bears are. It's really, really cool. Yeah, it's I would do it again in a heartbeat. But actually, I really want to go to where I want to go a little bit later and see the males sparring in the snow. It snowed the very next week, but this was cool because we ended up getting to see the aurora here as well. Really good shots of the aurora. Um, you go a little bit earlier, you get the contrast in with still some wildflowers and things, which I had. You go a little bit later, and the males start coming out as it's freezing. The snow hits, and you've got some sparring male bears and things like that. So different seasons are going to give you different things, or I should say different weeks, not seasons. It's all just 5 weeks, but different weeks are going to give you different things. Mama and baby, this is Blueberry Bum, were investigating us, but Blueberry Bum is kind of nudging Mama. It was just really, really cool to see their natural interaction with each other, their natural behavior. And they're really waiting for the ice to freeze so they can get some food. The mother, well, both the mother and cub don't eat all summer. They literally have to wait for the winter. But they eat plenty during the winter that keeps them going. But they're not even at their fullest weight right now because they're waiting for the ice to freeze so they can go back out and feed. Yeah, it's not a true hibernation like we think of. Bears, apparently no bear actually truly hibernates and sleeps. Um, they are hibernating in that they try and stay a lot less active than they would normally. This is just prior to the Hudson Bay freezing, so they're more active. But yeah, they do kind of hibernate in a way that they're a lot less active. They conserve their energy for sure. I just love. I have a better picture, but I just love how this, just like any animal. Look at this baby. He's just got his head on Mama as a pillow, and this was his last season. He'll be on his own, but he's on his own by now. He would This year he would be hunting on his own. They stay with their moms for about 2 years, and then off they go. And I love this. Just, I mean, this is how my dog sleeps. So it was fun to see, you know, the polar bear behavior. It just, you know, just like my dog. It is. Sometimes, good question. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It really, really depends. Sometimes I'm in a situation where it has to be handheld. Uh, and, you know, it is what it is. These were all handheld. Because you can't really get, you know, you can't go onto the ground. You can't. They will charge you and they will kill you. So you have to maintain, you know, your height. You're in a tundra buggy, and there's not a lot of room for tripods. So I did use a beanbag sometimes, but then it's so cold. You're opening and lowering windows too constantly. So even that's kind of hard. I also had a monopod with me that sometimes I used. But a lot of it was handheld. There's a lot of delay on Lightroom. Oh yeah, here he is getting up there. I know what you mean. Yeah, I think a gimbal head would be a lot of fun, but same with me. I have no use for it. So, but it does look like it would be a lot of fun. I think a gimbal head is probably better for videography. I don't know why some of these are JPEGs. That's weird. These were all shot in RAW, but some of these are JPEGs. Yeah, I live in the Pacific Northwest. I do see some of them using the gimbal heads for the birds, but I've never used the gimbal head for birds. I mean, I suppose it would work. I'm not sure how it would work, but yeah, I suppose it would. For birds, I prefer to use a tripod. Of course, when at all possible. But even that's hard because if the bird's flying, you're limited. So yeah, maybe a gimbal would work. I just don't know how well it would work. Yeah, because you've got a track, but I don't know that the gimbal. I'm just trying to think if the gimbal would work for the still photography tracking the bird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it would work. Do you know what one it is that they're using? Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I know which one it is. Yeah. I have seen that. The Oben. Hmm. That's interesting. Huh, I might take a look at that. Thanks. That's really interesting. I because I couldn't see how a traditional gimbal would really work because you need the vertical and the horizontal. Not sure why these are all showing JPEG. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, no, I'm doing I do a lot of bird photography when I travel, and I will be in Antarctica too. I wonder how much. Oh, it weighs 3.2 pounds. All right, well, I could put that into my suitcase, and I don't know, just remove another shirt, another couple of shirts. I go with no clothes. I just have camera gear. Yeah, nothing else. I don't know. Toothbrush, highly overrated. Yeah. Camera gear is more important. You know, it's pretty bad when you have your own personal shopper at a camera store. I use actually Adorama, and I have my own personal shopper. It's embarrassing. Um, what is wrong with Lightroom? It's being really wonky. Actually, this would be a lot of fun to add a different sky to if Luminar Neo is working. There is that catch. That gimbal head, I think, would be. Oh, let me check that out. The gimbal head would be really cool. I could definitely use that going down to Antarctica because especially when I'm on the deck, I can. It would be very, very helpful. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I have a ball head. I have a Sarui tripod that I use the most. Yeah, that's the thing. The one I like on the other one is that you get the vertical and the horizontal. This doesn't look like you get that that kind of adjustment. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, there's another version of that one, the Oban. Um, yeah, no, I'll watch videos. There's the Movo, carbon fiber professional gimbal tripod head that looks very much like the first one you sent, the Oban. It's a little bit cheaper and it's carbon fiber, which would be, I don't know if that would be good in a cold weather though, but yeah, I'll have to look these out take a look at these for sure. They're really cool. Oh, do you really? Luminar Neo's been having a lot of problems lately. Yeah, I love Luminar Neo. It doesn't do everything I want it to do, but I do really love it, and I love the idea behind the skies and what have you. Although I do need to get more skies. Their skies are a little overpriced. Um, I need to look for some better skies. Yeah, I do. I have taken a few skies. I haven't loaded them yet, but yeah, definitely. I like the Luminar programs. Oh, it's working again. Weird. Yesterday it wouldn't finish exporting. I don't know why. All right, I do like that. All right, it's about that time for me to eat something. Um, yeah, no, I have a lot of bandwidth on my computer. It just was really acting weird yesterday, and it wouldn't export anything. And today it is. So I don't know. Don't know what's going on. But thank you for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate your following me, your watching, your input, your ideas, and the fun. I love the great sense of humor you all have, and it's been a blasty blast. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks so much.